back now to the effort to reopen schools. Here is Vice President Kamala Harris in an exclusive interview last hour on the Today Show.
Can you reassure teachers who are listening right now that it is safe for them to go back to school, even if they are not vaccinated, if these public health measures like distancing and masks are being implemented?
So first of all, let me just say this, and the president has said it, and we're all really clear. Teachers should be a priority. Teachers should be a priority. Look, let me just tell you something. I love teachers. My first grade teacher, Mrs. Frances Wilson, attended my law school graduation. Teachers are critical to our children's development. They should be able to teach in a safe place and expand the minds and the opportunities of our children. So teachers should be a priority along with other frontline workers, and we're going to make them a priority.
All right, let's bring in Dr. Zeke Emanuel. He was a member of President Biden's COVID-19 advisory board during the transition and former Obama White House advisor for health policy. He's also vice provost for global initiatives at the University of Pennsylvania and an NBC News and MSNBC senior medical contributor. And that's all we have time for.
Zeke, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us. Of course, we didn't get the end of that answer, so I don't know exactly how she answered that question. We did hear about a first grade teacher, which is great. But I'm going to ask you that question. With social distancing, with masks, is it safe for teachers, even if they aren't vaccinated, to go in and teach classes for K through 8 classes?
Well, all the data we have suggests that schools are safer than being out in the public and being at home. And so it stands to reason. They're regulated environments. People are, required to wear masks, required to be socially distanced, required to wash their hands. Even if it's not perfect, it's better than outside where it's less regulated, less overseen, and the rules are less enforced. And the data show overwhelmingly that schools are safer in terms of lower transmission. There's some good studies out of North Carolina and many other places that you can keep schools open and you can keep the infection rate down. Now, if the virus is raging, then you want to pause. But in many, many places in this country where we have low numbers of cases per 100,000, Oregon, Washington, North Dakota, yes, you can open schools, and yes, you should open schools because the risks are lower and the benefits to students are enormous in terms of education, socialization, mental health, food, and all the other things we talk about.
Dr. Emanuel, it's Willie. Everything you said is true, and we've seen that in New York City. We've seen it across the country about our schools. We want the teachers to be in there safely. So I guess the question is, why aren't we opening the schools? And why, in fact, even has the Biden administration for a couple of weeks now been couching this? The head of the CDC came out and said teachers don't need to be vaccinated. They can be back in school as long as there's masking and distancing and all the other precautions we've all been taking. And the White House walked that back quickly, and there was some push and pull inside the administration before the CDC put out its official guidelines last Friday. So why, bottom line this for us, if everything you just said is true about the safety of schools, why aren't they open?
Look, I think people are naturally nervous. I'm naturally nervous, and I have, very good masks, and I know what the rules are, and I know how to fit it. I think that's all true. I do agree with Vice President Harris, and I think something she said should really be emphasized. We should put teachers at the top of the next tranche of vaccines. We're rolling out about 1.7 million vaccines, and I think you can get those millions of teachers around the country vaccinated and take this all off the table and put our children first. And remember, getting schools working so parents can go back to work is critical to the country and critical to getting the economy rolling.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.